Hello Scorpio, welcome to March 2016. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. This is a video on March 2016 Tarotscope for Scorpio. So let's see what's coming up for Scorpio. Looks like the beginning of March may find you feeling a little isolated or feeling a little bit like a hermit. If you're noticing that you're wanting to spend time at home or just by yourself, that may be the case for the opening of March. Just kind of like a little bit of a somber feel. Or there may be a feeling like you're trying to find the truth about something and you're having a hard time finding that truth. The reason I say this is that Hermit is a card where he isolates himself from the rest of humanity and society in order to pursue looking for the truth, which is symbolized in this lantern, the star that he's holding up for others to see. The low side of Hermit, which may be what's coming out because it's in the reverse situation, is not finding the truth or not seeing it even though you're looking for it, or feeling isolated, feeling cut off from the rest of society, feeling like no one understands you or no one has the same point of view. But it may also just mean that you are spending some time where you're just going within. When in the reverse position, it can feel a little hard or isolating if that's happening. You may also be having a hard time seeing the truth of a situation that involves money or an inheritance, especially if you're in a couple. This card represents the stability of the home. It represents money that's inherited through good decisions having been made over time. Usually in this card we see the person who is giving the money to the couple that's inheriting it, but it also means that the largest amount of money that can be received, it's 10 coins on one card, so it's a great deal of money. And this is Hermit, where it may be saying that you're having a hard time seeing the truth of the matter, but it also can be a windfall, because this is in the upright position. This usually means a good thing. Hermit may feel isolated though because of it. So there's some correlation between a lot of money or unexpected money and feeling a little bit isolated or lonely. What's also showing up here is Jack of Rods or Knight of Rods. This is a Knight of Fire, so this can often mean a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And this is someone who's really daring, who's really cocky, he's very courageous. He goes after things, sometimes without considering them. He tends to maybe leap before he looks. In the Rider-Waite, he's up on a horse that has 2 feet in the air. So when this card comes up, feel courageous, feel daring, like tap into the energy of that. Or there may be someone who's an Aries, Leo, or Sag fire sign that shows up for you and is willing to sort of lead your charge. But this is a lot of energy, a lot of confidence. It's saying go for it. It's saying you know, you're capable, because you may be feeling, you know, with 7 of Rods in the reverse position. 7 of Rods says I'm at the top. I'm in a superior position. I'm in an advantageous position, and I'm fighting off those below me. You know, this card can often be described as struggle, but I also call this card success despite adversity. So he's in an advantageous position, and even though he's having to fend off people who are trying to either knock him off that mountain, or they may be following him and he's leading the charge. When this card's in the reverse position, it's saying, you know, are you believing in yourself? Are you willing to fight for what it is that you're interested in? Are you willing, even though you're having challenges or struggles or adversity, are you willing to stand up and fight for that? So, because if you are, then you probably will have success. Try to use this powerful fire energy to support 7 of Wands, because, you know, I like that saying that they say when you have a goal in mind, problems are just, you know, they're just obstacles on your path. It's not that you don't get there. But if you let those obstacles stop you, that's where this real struggle comes in. So keep your eye on the prize is what this card says. Be willing to fight for it. And you've got the energy and the vitality and the courage to do so with this card showing up. Towards the middle of the month, I see that there's going to be some focus on the truth or revelation. This card is Ace of Swords, which is clarity, it's truth, it's victory, and it may be also related to this time that you've taken out away from society. This card usually depicts a revelation of some sort, when everything becomes clear, when the universe hands you this one truth, this one sword. Swords represent thoughts or ideas, and because this is one that is crowned, this is the absolute truth. So this is when it's all like revealed to you. This is when everything becomes clear. So look for, in the middle of the month, some sort of revelation or epiphany, because there's going to be something that becomes very clear. The truth will be handed to you. This card, Eight of Coins, depicts your work. This is usually an artisan card, someone who works away with their nose to the grindstone and creates money, and is usually pretty engrossed and enthralled and happy with what they're doing. So it's interesting that you have this 10 of Coins here and then this 8 of Coins. It may be, I'm seeing sort of a large accumulation of money, and then I'm also seeing, you know, leaving something behind. Both of these cards are 8s. So 8s are numbers that represent prosperity and abundance. In this particular case, it's showing a weariness, a willingness to move on from something, time to begin a new cycle, create a new journey. And there may be a point at which you're ready to move on from something that you've put a lot of TLC into. You could see in this card with the 8 cups that they're all lined up and they've been stacked. And, you know, it's something that you've built and invested a lot of time and love and care into. But in 8 of cups, there's a person who's ready to move on. But you may not be allowing that for yourself. So there's maybe something that you were involved with that had to do with a lot of money. It's possibly a job that creates a lot of money for you that you're kind of tired of and ready to move on from, but because you're in the reverse position, you're afraid of moving on, or there's doubts and fears regarding that. Or you may be getting advice from someone who's a fire sign or a King of Rods person, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone who's in an authority position who is telling you not to go. It could be a boss that you don't want to let down, or you know, there's some way involved with you not leaving, or not supporting you in leaving. But if you do, I see that there's success ahead. 6 of Wands is a card of success and triumph and, you know, reputation and status, someone who has a lot of respect. And that people admire. So it might be a good thing to move on from whatever it is, to wrap up that cycle, even though I'm seeing some resistance, doubt, or fear in that, Scorpio. Also in the middle of the month, I see that there's something that is waiting to come to you as a new beginning, something that's going to fill your heart. I call this card my cup overfloweth, or my cup runneth over, and it's a card of ultimate fulfillment, joy, peace, creativity. It's allowing yourself to feel all the love that's available to you, and this card shows this dove of peace that's you know, also surrounding this cup, and it's also a card of enlightenment with this lotus flower here. So in what way are you resisting a new beginning here? Because this is something that your heart's going to love. The reason I'm saying it's a beginning is because all aces represent beginnings. You may have to, in order to access that or correct that, you may have to recognize that you're already enough. You're already, you know, radiant and good enough just as you are. This card is about accepting yourself. It's full of self-acceptance. So this woman is naked here in this picture, which represents accepting oneself just as you are and recognizing your own place in the universe. You can see this star, this bird, you know, everything. She's got 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water, which means, you know, being emotionally balanced and then also grounded. And this card represents having a lot of hope. So when you are hopeful and self-accepting, you may tap more into allowing your heart to be filled, allowing that new love, that new passion, that new joy into your life, instead of just being focused completely on your work, even though you might enjoy it. So whatever it is that you want to leave behind, be careful about listening to the fire sign. He's not necessarily got your best interest in mind. He may have his best interests in mind. So if this is an authority figure who is a fire sign, take what they're saying with a grain of salt, especially if you're considering leaving something. This could be a job, a lifestyle, a relationship, but something that you've kind of grown tired of, but you're having some doubts about leaving. I do see success ahead for you towards the end of March, especially if you trust yourself with this. This is also saying follow your gut instincts. High Priestess is a card of intuition. It's about knowledge that you just have internally and that you access through the etheric realms. You don't have to talk or study for this. This just comes through your subconscious and your inner knowing, and that actually is going to create a lot of success for you, recognition, status. You can see that this guy has got that winner's laurel wreath from having just won a prize or a race. So towards the end of the month, trust your instincts, trust your inner knowledge, and it may have some nice returns for you, Scorpio. So that's my reading for you for March 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comment. I love responding to those. And as always, feel free to like, share, or subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Yours in the Stars. If you enjoyed the reading, feel free to check out my readings for the other signs. And also feel free to share on any platform, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Yours in the Stars.